Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with Beloved Beauty Monthly for the month of May and June. I didn't do a June Beloved Beauty Monthly, as many of you know. It just kind of time got away from me, and I decided to go ahead and just double up for this month. So this is Beloved Beauty Monthly for July. So in case you're new here, Beloved Beauty Monthly is an opportunity for me to talk about and share with you what we did in the prior month, as well as what we're looking forward to in the coming month. So we're going to be talking about May and June. So the first thing I like to do is just talk about the videos that we did. We did 15 videos in both May and June, which is really, really good. I may slow down a little bit here in the summer because viewership kind of goes down and it feels like some wasted energy in some ways. So I will still be doing content, but I'm going to be a little bit more flexible and a little bit more relaxed about it. So in May, we did wraparound corner pockets. We did 7 creative envelope ideas. We did 2-for-1 journal covers, which was the covers for 2 journals for the Grungy Library Journal. So we're doing a lap book as well as a standard journal. So we did that video. We did adding ephemera, the final ephemera to the Sweet Rose Dressing Room Journal. We did Beloved Beauty Monthly for the month of May. I did a Sunday's Art of Truth called Fragments. I actually did hang that piece of artwork in my living room, and I have been, a little bit reluctant to display my mixed media art around my house. I do have some in our bedroom, and I have a piece in here in the studio. But I decided I really loved it. It reminds me of why I do what I do. And again, the whole story, if you want to read the blog post about that and watch the video, you can do that. It's Sunday's Art of Truth, and it's called Fragments. I also did single and double collared stuffed pockets, epic layered writing spaces, which is that one where we had a journal page and then we had another smaller journal page, another smaller journal page, and on until they got really small, maybe about so big. And then they fold like a book. And so that was really fun. A great low profile way to get writing space that doesn't bulk up your journal. So we did that. I did Crash Your Trash episode 29, where we did embossed paper dangles. That was very, very popular video. People really enjoyed that. Even though I have done it before, it just second time around, I guess, was really a good one. We did stuffed pocket belly bands. We did the Sweet Rose Dressing Room Journal flip through and drawing. And there's a really sweet story around how that drawing went. So one person won, and she decided to give it to someone else. And the reason why she did that is because I actually mentioned the person in the flip through and the drawing video, just because I speak from my heart. So I don't really like guard my tongue like that. And so it just kind of came out that I mentioned that there was another person who was really hoping that they would win, and the person who actually won, she decided she wanted to give it to the other person. And so there was just this really kind of a 3-way thing going on between the 3 of us. And it was really beautiful. And I appreciated the heart in it. But more than that, I appreciated what it means to our community and about our community that someone would be willing to let go of something so precious and give it to somebody else for the pure joy of it. I did send the original person who won the drawing, I did send her a bunch of happy mail. She hasn't gotten it yet because she's actually in Croatia. So when she gets back home in the States, it will be waiting for her. So that was really cool, and just reminded me why I do what I do. And so that was really cool. We did our first easy card maker fold ephemera project. So something that I'm exploring is watching some videos on card making and how you can make your traditional card folds, interesting card folds and flips and things, and utilize them for your ephemera, for your junk journals. So that's something that we're doing here ongoing. I did stack tags with writing space. That was actually inspired by Jennifer at the Patio from the patio. I can't remember. I originally linked her, and I actually asked her permission to do that video and to share her project because it was her idea, and she said absolutely. So I did, and I did a second Sunday's Art of Truth called Soulful Rest. That was a really cool one. And then I did my guest design team project for Justine at House of Mahalo, and I did a mini whimsical flower writing journal. It's only about that big, and well, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe, but like that. So that was May, very, very busy May. And in June, we did seamless page pocket tutorial. Tag shaped gusseted pockets. I revealed the Phoenix Twist travel palette, watercolor palette, and I know it's not the niche and it's not what people come here for on my channel, but I do love watercolor. It's my first love, and so I will be doing watercolor from time to time, and if it's not your jam, that is totally fine. I'm not bothered by that at all. We did a cute card fold with a twist, epic accordion fold. That was from our Page Ideas series. Magical watercolor journal cards, where we just took, I stamped on a piece of watercolor paper, and then we just did some messy watercolor background. So it was really, really fun. I did a share of the Roman Schmal swatches. The Roman Schmal watercolor paints are new to me. They are a paint from Poland, and they are made with honey, which I really, really love. M-Gram is my favorite, and so, but the Roman Schmal are very affordable, even though you have to get them from the UK is where I got them from. The prices are very, very affordable. So if you're looking for a good professional grade paint, they are the way to go. And we did, in that video, we also did some color mixing exploration. So we took the primary colors and not primary colors, we took colors and made greens, and we took colors and made purples, and we mixed colors to make neutrals and grays and things like that. So that was really fun. We did a pop-up card fold, double delight over the page ephemera with 4 pockets. I did what I called watercolor wiggles, which was just basically watercolor play with stamped images. I showed you really how easy it is to watercolor paint a stamped image. So if you're playing around and you want to have a go at it, a stamped image is a great place to start. It's very low risk, I guess. I did Wrestling an Elephant, which was adding signatures to the library lap book. That was an absolute mess. That video was really difficult, but my commitment to you is to bring you the beautiful, the good, the smooth, the rough, the imperfect, the mistakes, but also how we move through mistakes, how we embrace them and correct them and come to peace with them. And more often than not, I find that those things are fixable. So I showed you how we could fix what was wrong. So, and then I did, my last video of June was the Mixed Media Monday, where we did some mixed media tags. So that was that. And then, so then just on a personal note, I'd like to share just a little bit, because I know that we're all women, struggling with various challenges in life. And many of those, I think, often for us women are around our health and around eating and all that kind of stuff, those real struggles that we have. So I turned 60 in May, on May 10th, and I had a fantastic 60th birthday. I really embraced turning 60. I celebrated it. I danced. My husband got bubble machines. I wore a tutu to work. I got myself a special sweatshirt or a t-shirt to wear that talked about, being 60, and my local kids came for the party. Both of my sisters were here, and it was just a really blessed time, because my birthdays it's only been in the last probably maybe 5, maybe even 10 years now. It's really, time is hard to track for me sometimes, but for most of my life, birthdays were really hard. And so they weren't something that I looked forward to celebrating. And it wasn't really about getting old. It was about celebrating me. It was about old stuff. And, but I fully embraced this birthday, and it was really cool. Really, really cool. And then, but the sad part is after spring break, which was the first week in April, I completely fell off of my healthy eating, healthy life journey. So I am back on it. I'm back on track. But I also wanted to talk to you about that, because don't we all experience that? Like, it feels like that it's just a perpetual struggle. And I believe that there's so much to be learned in the failing, so to speak, because it's a failure because I felt like I robbed myself. And that to me is a failure, to rob myself of something that was really, really good. And I don't know if I was sabotaging myself. I haven't dug that deep, but that could be a part of it as well. But we can always get back up. We can always get back up and try again. It's not over until it's over. It's not over till we're dead. So I will keep trying until I'm no longer here. So I'm back on my journey. I am, I had the dog, my grand dog, for 12 days, right the day after school got out. So I've had him ever since, and he just went home today. So I'm hoping that I can get back on a more, predictable routine for myself, and really hit that hard. So in May, we also took our annual family fishing trip to East Lake, which I've talked about before. This was my 44th year going. My kids were all born going up there. My grandkids were all born going up there. The first time I went, I was dating my husband. I was 16 years old when I first went. So it was a really beautiful time, even though our oldest daughter and their boy was sick. One of their boys was sick the whole time. The weather was beautiful. The fishing was good. And so it was a good trip. So, we finished the Sweet Rose dressing room journal, which I mentioned in talking about the videos. We also started the Grungy Library journals, and I spent a lot of time, in May, putzing around the studio. I talk about that a lot. I'm really big into, having the space around me be conducive to a creative flow, a flow that helps me, it makes it easier for me to do things like sew around the pages of my journals, that things are accessible where I'm sitting, that the things that I use the most are right here, that because I've got a small space, I have little carts and I've got a bigger cart. And so things have to be shuffled around in order for me to have everything here, to work on, because again, the space is small. One of them you can see right here. This one, I turn it around so I can get past it. But when I'm working, it just makes a kind of a corner here to my right, and it works well. And then on to my left, I have another small cart. And then I put my sewing machine on another cart over there, and I can just plug it in and bring it over and plug it in over behind me. So that works out well. Let's see what else. That was May. And I did make a note, organization is my superpower. It really is. I love refining things. I love cleaning things out. I love purging things, which I did this first couple of weeks of being out of school. I did a lot of purging in my house, my kitchen, and the closets and the drawers, and hauled some stuff away to Goodwill again, and I had to toss out some food, which is really sad, but I won't be repeating that mistake. I mean, I understand the spices and the oils and things like that. Those are just something that they're there, and we forget that they're there. But I had boxed food that was really sad to have to throw it away. So in June, obviously, school got out. Our last day of school, I believe, was June the 17th. And in June, I did a lot of watercolor play, and I did a lot more mixed media play. So just really trying to find a balance between all the loves, like I love to make journals. I love to be in the studio. I love watercolor, and I love mixed media. So really just trying to find a balance between all of those here on the channel as well. I just mentioned I had my grand dog for 12 days, and he is a good dog, but I'm not used to having a dog underfoot, and literally underfoot, because he's not a teeny tiny dog, but he's not a big dog either. He's like medium size, and he's a little obnoxious because, you know, he lives with a different family, you know, and they're two teenage boys that keep him riled up quite a bit. And we played a lot outside. I swear I was going outside 10, 12 times a day. Just go out, sit, throw the ball, sit, throw the ball. And he did really well for being away from his family for that long. So that was really good. What else? And, I know. Let me talk about this other thing, and then I want to come back to the health thing. So I mentioned in other videos that I have a bedroom down in our garage that has file cabinets that have been waiting for me to be able to get down there and file all of my digitals down there. So I had them in these big bins, and they used to be in here in the studio. They were stacked under my desk in the past years. And I got file cabinets, so now they're all filed in the file cabinet. So my husband has been working on a custom desk, and he's finally at a place in that process where he could put away the saw and all that stuff that was blocking the way to get into that room. And so I was able to go down there the last couple of days, and I got it all in ship shape. So it was all ship shape. And very functional, and I still have a mattress and box springs and a chair I need to get out of there, and I think I'm just gonna put it out in front of the house and say free because I put it on Marketplace and nothing happened. So anyway, mattress is in perfectly good condition, which is why I was hoping to sell it, but that is not a big deal. So anyway, and then I was able, once I got that organized down there, I was able to take the digitals that were sitting up here that are not a part of any of the journals that I'm working on behind me in the project baskets. So I was able to get those down there as well. So I did want to come back to the whole, the health thing though. This was a note down further on my notes, but one of the things that I decided I was going to do is shift my whole perspective and my whole attitude about fitness, about movement, about healthy food, about healthy sleep patterns, and trying to see it through a lens of joy. So really enjoying my food rather than, because I've always been a fast eater for reasons I don't know, but I mean I do, but I'm not going to talk about it. We rush all through our lives. We down our food, we gobble it down to move so that we can move on to the next thing. And I've been really focusing on just tasting my food, enjoying my food, and celebrating the fact that when I give myself food, when I feed my body food that it likes, not that it thinks it likes or that I think it likes, but what it actually likes and needs. I'm trying to enjoy those realities. And the same with fitness and walking and everything around me, the chores around the house, just really trying to have a positive attitude and to not let myself fall into complaining or negativity towards myself or towards my successes and or failures. Like, I just want to be grateful and I want to have joy. So I did want to add that. So in July, looking ahead, so I have 5 journals right now that, I have 8 total. So I have 2 flip-flop Christmas journals and then the regular big mama Christmas journal that I will be finishing in the fall because I don't need to finish those yet. But that's 3 of the journals that will need to be completed. But I have the beach journal, the Paris romance journal, the Anne with an E, and the 2 grungy library journals, and then the Sweetest Spring journal, which is the journal I started when we started doing the spring challenge in my Facebook group. By the way, that will be linked down below if you want to join. We will I'm beginning 2 new journals. So this is fun. I want to show you. So we're going to do a sewing theme journal, and we're going to do a, actually, I think I'm going to join them. So, not Angela, Amanda from Create with Scrimping Mommy, she has this kit called A Creative Life, and it is a like artist kit. So it's got painters and it's got other things in it. I'm not going to show you all of it. It's got some sewing theme in it, but it's got these beautiful pastel colors, and I really like it. But, and this is one of the pages from it. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? But it wasn't enough. I wanted another kit. So I did go ahead and pick up another kit. Let me just show you a page in it so you can see how they'll go together. But look at these. Look at the colors of these. So this is the one from Amanda. So hard with the camera in front of me. There we go. And then this is the new kit that I got. But look at the colors of that. So let me pull this back up so you can see them side by side if I can. Yeah. So the tones are the same. I think they're going to go together really, really well. So, so we're going to be doing a 3 signature themed journal around these kits. So I'm calling it the sewing craft journal. It'll be a 3 signature journal, which is what I generally do. So these are, oh, you can't see. Keep forgetting that I'm not pointed down. So these are all the journals, the pages from the one that I just purchased. So really, really beautiful. I know you guys can't really see that, but that's one kit. And then we've got the one from Amanda. Now I did also purchase the kit from My Porch Prints called My Craft Room, but the tones in that are completely different, but I still want to use it. So I'm going to make a smaller journal, maybe a 1 signature normal size journal, or I might make a little journal. I like to make them and use the little HP Insta Ink print cartridge boxes that I get a ton of. So I might do that so that I can work with the kit. But it's got a more sepia tones, it's more neutral, more grungy, not as bright and festive. So, I think that's what we're going to do. So, we have a new challenge starting. Well, it would have started today, even though I don't have a video up for it. But it's going to be in the Facebook group, and I believe the hashtag is, Summer Ephemera Extravaganza 2025, and in so our previous challenge was just a let's have fun challenge. I wanted to see what participation was like. Did people enjoy it? Do people want to continue to do it? There was a lot of feedback and a lot of participation, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and do a prize or 2 at the end of this challenge. And so I haven't created the event in the group yet. I did make a post, but I need to go back and create the event. But it's just basically make whatever ephemera you want. There was some suggestions about more interactive ephemera. There was also some suggestions around themes. I wasn't really thinking about themes as much as what do we want to challenge ourselves to do? And I think ephemera making is a really wide arena for people. So you can make anything that you want that's ephemera, which is tags, pockets, whatever. So that's the kind of the focus there. And you'll just want to use the hashtag that I just mentioned, and it will also be linked down below, and it will also be over in the group. And just create as many as you can, and I'll just be keeping track of it. I'll keep a spreadsheet, and then I'll draw, I don't know how I'm going to decide. I think because there's not really like, oh, you have to do, 10 different things or whatever. But, so I need to give that a little bit more thought. When I put it in the event, I'll have a little bit more specificity to that. I wasn't quite prepared for that piece of this conversation, but that is it for today, guys. I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you have a fantastic 4th of July. This video will be, on the channel on, Thursday, July the 3rd. So a little bit late for the first of the month, but it will be there, which is more than I did last month. So, oh, and I forgot, I will have a new studio tour. I do a studio tour every year in July, so I'm getting prepared for that. My space is really hard to walk around with a camera or with my phone, so I might take still pictures and put it into a video form. I'm going to try that out. I'm going to play around with it and see if that will be more conducive. It just feels more choppy. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's really hard to get into some spaces myself. So I'm going to play around with that. But I do it annually, so I want to make sure that we do it again this year. So that'll be in July as well. So I will let you go. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.